So we are going to have to watch Legacies, at least an episode or two. This is hard for me because I really, really love the Vampire Diaries, the books, but they were completely bastardized by the CW. It was just a nightmare. It was the worst. I felt so traumatized by the Vampire Diaries on TV. But because I have in the past discovered some hinky-dinky-doo going on with the publisher of Crave, and then kind of noticing the similar premise, I have to watch Legacies to check it out. If you get any nose breathing sounds in this video, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that my nose was so loud. I also didn't realize it was fucking crooked, so thanks to every bitch that's never told me that I'm walking around looking like a goddamn Picasso. But it is what it is. Hopefully the nose whistle won't bother everybody. It's very dry right now. We're in Michigan, you know. It is what it is. Please enjoy my ugly eye. And, let's just fucking do this.
My name is Hope Michelson. I come from a long line of the villains in the tales you've heard about vampires, werewolves, witches, and everything in between.
Okay, so
The
right
school
now,
behind these gates
Hope
protects
is
the secrets
not
of people like me. And tonight,
like Grace,
under
in
the
that
light of
Grace
the
is
full
human.
moon, we will be opening our doors to someone new.
I hesitate to insist that Landon is going to be Jackson, but so far, not starting great with the floppy dark hair and the jawline. Does he have a scar?
Landon.
Hope? You two
Oh, they know each other.
Long story.
Prediction? Flint is a vampire. Not a vampire. I was so confident. A werewolf. I'm guessing that Flint will end up being a werewolf.
It's a long story involving an ancient, vengeful witch and a bloodline curse. We cover all that in Origins of the Species, grade 6.
In 6th grade in my school, we learned the state capitals.
You teach that too.
I have some questions.
Origin of the Species has shit in it about, like, witches or whatever they were talking about. Drifted off.
Killed recently.
This isn't all that necessarily interesting.
Everybody gets along with that. Come on.
We'll show you the turret. It's where the seniors go to smoke.
What do they smoke? Ianu?
Weed.
Hey, kids. That shit's for college. You're already tired enough. You're tired and unmotivated already. You're a teenager. Just lay off it.
I'm liberal with your information.
Well, we don't actually intend for you to remember any of it.
Oh, like the magicians. Which I love.
Forget everything you've seen. Or
If this
learned
turns out
since
to be
last
like
night.
the magicians,
All you need to know is that your
It'd be
friends found
awesome.
a home where you can live a better.
Compulsion doesn't work on people who take this herb called vervain. Town sheriff sometimes slips it into the coffee at the gas station we were at this morning. It takes about a day to pass through your system.
what the shit is going on in this town?
I heard about what happened to your girlfriend. Oh, I have spies everywhere. I'm nosy in that, like, charming way.
No, you
Thanks, I guess.
brought up a dead girl. It's not
On the
charming.
plus side, we're all happy to know that you're single.
What the fuck, bitch?
Oh, God.
Well, let's keep them that way. We survive here because we follow the rules. We can't get sloppy about it.
There's like a fucking sheriff is drugging people. And you're like, we're trying to keep it quiet. Isn't that the house that they lived in? I tried to watch season 1 of Vampire Diaries, but I respect myself too much to continue. Actually, I think I actually recapped a few episodes on the blog back in the day. I think those were my very first recaps.
I keep my distance.
Better for who?
Again with the questions.
Oh shit, that was straight out of Twilight, you guys. That's pathetic. I swear to God that line is in Twilight. I can't remember though. Pretty high. Everything's in Twilight.
Stay away. Huh?
opening spell. Did I bruise you? I'm really still working out the kinks.
Summoning spell?
Yo, let's get you a drink, bro.
Yeah, let's do
I thought it was like a ghost or something. I guess I could be paying more attention, but it's pretty boring. He's got other friends now, John Mayer. Take off.
I think your biological mother's crazy-ass witch ancestors left you with a legacy of darkness that you have to work through.
But Josie doesn't have freakouts.
Josie
That's
spends
a
a
lot.
lot of time worrying about other people's happiness. It's a supernatural phenomenon called codependency. And I'm pretty sure she got it from my side of the family.
Did he just tell her she's crazy because she's selfish?
I don't ever want to hurt anybody.
I know that, honey.
Then get her on some
That's why we
fucking
opened this school.
regulating meds.
To learn control, which
No!
is why I'm here now.
No, this is about somebody homeschooling a kid. They're homeschooling their kid.
Private.
I'm feeling kind of restless. I kind of need a release.
Backacres. But stay away from the old mill. Heathens are having a secret party. I'm gonna break up in 10 minutes.
Thanks.
I was real worried there for a second.
All vampire mythos, okay? Y'all want reality. Y'all gotta go old school, okay? My man Blake, he is the GOAT. His crazy mom's is, you wouldn't kill me. And then he's all, I must release
What is it
you
with
when they
crazy
start
mothers
style.
on this show?
This is crazy ass mom. I'm not
That's
saying
3!
Y'all should kill your moms, because that's
You're like, hey, I know that like there's like vampires and shit around here, but I'm just gonna chill in the woods, looking like the head goth from South Park.
Are you crazy? I almost killed you.
Oh shit! Is that the end of the? Oh,
Where are we?
The stuff in Salvatore Memorial Library.
what?
All of the artifacts in here have a supernatural history.
He died.
What's the story on this
He's
one?
the main character.
No idea.
That fucking this
But
fucking show.
in my experience, you're safest. They're dated.
Yeah, well, you know what? This show's attitude about mental
And
health
3.
is dated.
I don't really care what.
Oh yeah, this is sexy, but if I want to eat a pizza while I'm riding dick, that's weird.
MG?
You did that for me.
He had it coming.
Like
Um,
all
you
these
shouldn't be here.
shots
Her
of them
thing
are like
should
this, like
Get you back before I.
is it over now? Can this be done? Oh!
Yours. You ready for?
I know.
Actually,
Feels like
What's wrong?
the show's still going on.
He is a supernatural being. For 10 years, we've gone undetected. Protecting you, protecting our secret has been our singular mission. Tonight, I need...
Turns out, Landon isn't the hero of my story at all.
Oh. What is he, just like Chief now? Did he die?
But when I hunt him down,
Oh, I thought
I'm
he
gonna
was
be
one
the
of those
villain of his.
Teeth Man. Teeth Mans. It's over? Thank God it's over. No, don't start another one. Okay, so there are like surface sort of things, but magic school trope it's a trope, and a lot of these things are present in all magic school things. Like we have there's like a lot of this made me think of the magicians, and a lot of it made me think of Like, they kept name dropping Harry Potter, which I think is just the thing that you do. If you, like, it's like almost like you're trying to acknowledge, like, I'm not ripping off Harry Potter, and it's like, chill, everybody knows. Everybody knows Harry Potter wasn't the only, Harry Potter wasn't the first, like, magic school. Like, everybody knows Harry Potter wasn't the first magic school. But I think that what happened is that shows and books will try to point out, and this is me too, I do this too, try to point out things that are similar to media that maybe cuts a little too close to home or is too famous in, I think that's it. I think it's when it's too famous in a genre and you're like, okay, I want to use this trope, but I know for a fact that if I make this magic school, everyone's going to compare it to Hogwarts. So it's Harry Potter. I thought there'd be more X-Men references in this because it's the Salvatore Academy. So it made me think about, like, Professor Xavier's School for the Gifted. I think what happens is that a trope will get really, really big. Like vampires feeding off of animals. That trope, everybody will hear, oh, these vampires feed off of animals. And they think Twilight, that's from Twilight. But in the Vampire Diaries books, that was happening, back when I was a kid. That was in those books, that Damon ate animals rather than eating humans. Not Damon, I'm sorry, Stefan. No, Damon ate people. Stefan ate wildlife. He hunted in the woods to get his blood, like Edward later did. And, like, on Buffy, that was a thing, too, where they got blood from the butcher. So I think when things become really big, like one property becomes really big, every other property that comes after that and wants to use those tropes that have been around for a long time, that didn't necessarily originate in that piece, they reference it. I think that's what's happened with Crave. I think that if you look at Crave, it has a lot of the same tropes as so many of the Magic School books, and that's fine. There are certain things at the Magic School. You've always got a new kid. Without a new kid, you can't introduce everything. You can't introduce how the school works, why it was built, what kind of students were there. You need a new student going into that. And you need that student to be similar to, or at least in a way connected to, the readership. It's just how it is. There's always going to be the mean girl who is sexually promiscuous, who is doing, bad things. There will always be side characters who are quirky or have different problems that show the possible consequences to the main character and the main character's relationship to the story. For example, the magicians, Quentin and Alice. When Alice knows more than he does, she still does something. I don't want to spoil it. I'm trying to be vague so I don't spoil it if you want to go seek it out because it's really cool. But Alice is the quirky side character who very quickly becomes a cautionary tale for the main character. So what I'm saying is, after I blogged about Crave and thinking that it would be like Legacies or too much like Legacies, all I see are similar tropes and then the unfortunate coincidence of the name being hope in one and grace in another. If things change, if suddenly somebody decks out that guy's room in hot pink, I did check out the wiki for this show, and it mentioned that the Academy was first introduced in an earlier series. If you watch these shows and you can tell me or point me in the direction of the introduction of the Academy, it might be, if there are intentional similarities, I think they would be more noticeable in that scenario, in the introduction of the school and the hierarchy, rather than coming into it as a spin-off when it's already been in another show, if that makes sense. So if you can give me any sort of heads up on that, I would super appreciate it. But as for now, I'm so glad that this episode is over, and I hope to never watch another episode again.